Hi everyone, I'm Any New Province, and I just finished up the league with red deck burns. Those Bushwhacker starts feel really good, but what feels better is killing your opponent with burn spells when they bring in all of their removal. You can watch whatever match you want by clicking on the timestamp for it in the description down below. While you're down there, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and subscribing to the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know that you've enjoyed everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the league. All right, this is a pretty decent hand. Yeah, so we'll go Cohort into Conscripts, and then it's probably Sledder before Instigator. Yeah, then we'll just go like these two, and then Instigator after that. It seems like a good hand. I'll keep. We have 1 mana 2/2s. We have 1 mana utility gobos. All seems good to me. All right, so we'll lead on Cohort. I guess it doesn't matter. They're pretty much the same. Pass the turn. Our opponent's like, oh, janky red deck wins, eh? Looks like they're on Affinity, so this is definitely going to be a race. I guess either way, we probably want 2/2 so that they can't just block. We'll play a land and Conscripts. And then I think we'll get down Initiate. Because if they don't play another blocker, we can get a 4/4 out of the way while we cast our other red spells. So we'll play Initiate as well. It looks like goblins, but it isn't. It's like there's Burning-Tree Emissaries and stuff. Hey Matt, what's going on, man? How you doing? It's a weird block. I guess I won't be able to block next turn, but I don't know. Cool. Okay. Opponent just cares about getting down 4/4s ASAP, from what I can tell. Prism. Okay. Maybe this is like one of those turbo affinity lists. Now they have Frogmite mana. Not going to Frogmite. Well, that's pretty good for us. Means we're going to be able to just Instigator and then get a lot of power on board. Let's do this. We're not going to pay for it. Can't pay for it, as a matter of fact. Yeah, Waltzmark, it's like I'm kind of feeling the pressure already. Like, we don't have a lot of mana for it. You know, we like to operate probably on 2-3 lands tops, and having to put mana into this, like you can see our hand, we have so many 2-drops and things like that, right? It's interesting with like Burning-Tree Emissary and stuff like that, I guess. But even then, if you're running on 2 lands, it doesn't do anything. Anyway, opponent at 15. Hey, PJMC Snooty, thank you very much for the bits. How you doing tonight? I think they're feeling the pressure. So what do you guys think? Are we going into the burn sideboard plan after this one? It's not going to be easy to decide. There's a 4/4, but we can get that out of the way for next turn, where we can not have to worry about it anyway. But unfortunately, that does chew up one of our mana. I guess... Yeah, and so this is the only turn I'm going to be able to fade a blocker. Well, I'd be happy to have Sledder on board anyway. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to get the attack in. It'd be nice to draw a land, but we'll get the attack in this turn, and then we have Goblin Sledder on board to kind of force through Mirror Enforcer, go around it next turn anyway. If we cast like War Marshal or something. All right, our opponent's at 8. That's pretty good. There's a lot of ways we could win next turn. Well, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, they might bring in the 1/1 hate, you know? Galvanic Blast on Goblin Sledder is obviously not ideal, but it is what it is. We'll let it go. Yep. All right, so Initiate doesn't do anything. And I guess we might as well... Oh, no, they're hitting Initiate with it. Okay. No. No. Goblin... So this is a deck that I got from... Wait a minute. Okay, no. I'm getting used to the new targeting thing. So they are targeting Sledder. I think I'm just going to let it go through, because I'm worried I don't understand the targeting, but I'm fairly certain that that's how it worked. No, so I got this off of a... from an Italian tournament. Propaganda 10... Roma, I believe is what it's called, and they don't run any Goblin War Strikes, but that is a really cool card. All right, so we're looking for a 1-drop for sure. They're going to be able to block 2 of our creatures, which obviously isn't ideal. That's a pretty good 1-drop. Do we win? Yeah, we win. Sweet. Gas with kicker. Doesn't really matter. Nice. Got him. All right, so what do you guys think? Pauper-geddon. Yeah, that's the one. Pauper-geddon 10 Roma. And how you doing tonight, Terry? Sweet, we got him. So what do you guys think? Is it is this, are we on the burn plan for this one now? Do you just like flip in and out? Oh yeah, turn 5 without a doubt. that was a pretty good draw. That was the best draw. Things were probably going to get dire in a second. So I'm thinking about bringing in, what are we looking at here? 7, 8, 9, 10 burn spells. Do we just go down, like we probably want to keep like Bushwhacker and stuff. Maybe we take out like Sledder, but I feel like Sledder is important in this matchup as well. I think we all saw just how well Intimidator Initiate worked out in that match. So is it like our sack outlets and Initiator that come out? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that almost gets us enough for the burn. Yeah, leave 2 toughness creatures in. Maybe these are okay for when our opponent goes for the Wrath. I don't want to take out any of these 2-drops. I like all of these 2-drops. I don't think we need Arsonist either. So I'm not sure if all the sack outlets come out or not. What about Neonate? Do we? I don't even know what Neonate's doing in this deck, so I don't know if we should keep it or not. but I'm okay having a menace creature. And I do want to, it can like fade a block, and then if we start, you know, almost decking and stuff, or sorry, almost flooding out or something, we can use Neonate to kind of fix that. I think it is the sack outlets, because we won't have as many creatures, especially if we're going down all these goblins. So I think that's what we do. Go down these, bring in the burn spells. Now do we want to make room for Searing Blaze? And where would we? Let's burn them. Yeah, Neonate doesn't really seem like it does anything. So let's bring the Searing Blazes in over Neonate. We might be able to get them. So now we have 2/2s, and we have our some go wide creatures to go with our Bushwhacker. Which I think is okay. Like, we're still capable of getting off to that start that we did last game this way, but I really like being able to go over their 2/2s instead of trying to go around them. All right, let's try it. Let's see what happens. We'll see if we were supposed to take the sack outlets out or not. Transformational sideboard is weird. This hand is terrible. If we draw lands for the next 2 turns, we lose. So I'm going to mulligan. This is a lot better. Going to keep. What do we got on top? Cohort? Sure. Seems good to me. Especially with Reckless Abandon, we can kill a 4/4 with it. All right, play land, go Cohort, and pass the turn. We'll play out our Instigator next turn because we might be sacrificing stuff to Reckless. Well, no, we should probably go 2 toughness. 2 toughness next turn. Maybe like Chain Lightning you, Conscripts. Oh yeah, by a lot. Mulliganing is... I think somebody said that. I think maybe it was like Matt Nass or someone. Talking about how mulliganing is the most broken thing you can do in Magic. Well, I think we figured out what we're going to do. We're going to cast some creatures. And next turn, we'll get Instigator down. So we'll do this, go to combat, attack with Cohort, pass the turn. So we'll see if our opponent blocks. They blocked last time, which was kind of bizarre. Oh, yeah, that too. Missing land drops in this on this board state, probably not ideal. They can play Mirror Enforcers now, though. Which isn't a huge issue, I guess. They're going to ATOG. Okay. You got it. But I don't... well, there's a Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast puts you pretty far ahead. For sure. But I don't... Like, even forcing them to sack artifacts to ATOG doesn't seem too bad here. Fire Blast, eh? All right, well, let's cast Instigator so that all of our stuff can still attack. Ooh, we really have to draw creatures. I didn't really think that through. So play Instigator. That'll allow us to attack this turn, and then, yeah. At the very least, we got blockers for ATOG. Combat. And swing. So I think we're going to see a Flare Husk hit the bin here. Yeah, we still get 4 damage in. Oh, they let ATOG go. Wow, okay. Sure. All right. We still have to draw creatures. We're not out of the woods yet. Opponent 5 cards in hand. They've thought casted and prophetic prismed, so they're shaman. You got it. So we're gonna see a wrath incoming here. It's a little unfortunate. But that's all right. We got lots of burn in hand. So I think what we want to do is Reckless Abandon, sacrifice an X1. Now this is like punt. Where did I punt? I didn't punt, did I? Am I supposed to like try to kill this? So I think where these can't attack, I think I'll sacrifice one of them to Reckless Abandon before Krark Clan Shaman can start doing its nonsense. And then we'll try to attack with these. But I imagine the Wrath is incoming. Oh yeah, that's possible. Like that was pretty weird. For sure. Man, maybe it should be an X1 though. It probably even should be an X1. Okay, hold on now. Let's do this correctly. So Reckless Abandon, choose you. Oh yeah, man. Gobbo gobbo hey. So we'll do that, and I'm actually going to sack the X1 here. Just because Krark Clan Shaman's on board. Like, if they want to sack 2 artifacts to wrath our board, then so be it. So we're going to 4 them. And let's not do anything else just yet. We'll go to combat, and we'll attack with Instigator. Which is pretty unfortunate that had to come to this. No blocks for our opponent. They're just going to take 1. All right. Well, we will Chain Lightning you. And see what they want to do. They probably can't afford to sack artifacts, and we have 7 points of burn in hand. We just need a 1-mana burn spell. Or we just have to get in with Bushwhacker. Or sorry, with Instigator again. So we'll see if our opponent takes a damage somehow this turn. This only deals to creatures, right? Yeah. What's this going to be? Sack Star. Okay. Yep. So they are going to sack 2 artifacts. That's pretty big. Yeah, with a sideboard burn plan, which is just like so cool. Like, I think that's so interesting. All right, they have a 4/4, but they're only at 8 life, and we have a ton of burn in hand. Ooh, Burning-Tree. Okay. All right, so let's play Burning-Tree, and then I think I'm just going to bolt their face with the extra mana. I don't see why I'd want to leave a lightning bolt up next turn or on their turn, and this way they definitely can't interact with it. So you add some mana, bolt you, and I just don't mind being proactive here. Like, these decks do occasionally run, not Stoic Rebuttal, but the improvised whatchamacallit. Red mana for Krark Clan Shaman number 2. So yeah, definitely a good plan to be on burn for this one. Metallic Rebuke, that's the one. And they are representing it over there, so that's pretty dangerous to just Fire Blast into Metallic Rebuke. Be nice to have some insurance against it. There's some insurance against it. All right, so play a land, just in case things get a little sticky in combat. Go to combat, we're going to swing for 2. And then if they don't block, we're probably going to... Oh, they do block. Okay, you got it. I wouldn't even mind going for it here, but it's just... I think it's a little bit too risky. Oh, they can't counter it here, but I just don't want to lose the mana. We might need it. I might regret that a lot soon. So we'll see. They only have 3 cards in hand, too. Another Krark Clan Shaman. All right. Come on. Come on, burn spells. And they're going to equip up Frogmite. Okay. So now it can eat Burning-Tree. Going to attack for 4. Come on. Burn spells. Burn spells. Oh, yeah, absolutely. If we're on the Goblin plan, it's not fantastic. I don't even know if it's worth... I guess it's worth running out here. There's no point in us attacking into conscripts, or attacking into Frogmite. But if they don't Wrath this turn, then we might just go balls to the wall here next turn. Now that they've seen Chain Lightning and Reckless Abandon, they might have gotten the picture. I'm not really sure. When they see Fire, if and when they see Fire Blast, they'll get the picture. So that's probably a good reason to sandbag that one a little bit too. All right, so they are going to do the Wrath again. Kinda sucks. I definitely do not want to have to defensively Fire Blast anything. Maybe I was supposed to hold on to Mog Conscripts. Galvanic Blast me. Oh my god, do they have another Galvanic Blast? Oh, this is sketchy. If they have another Galvanic Blast in hand, we die. But I think we have to go to 1 here. 1 isn't all that different than 5. Yeah, come on, burn spell. Potentially go to 1. Go to 1. And if they have another Galvanic Blast, we're dead. But it is what it is. Ah, what is it? Fling. That's it. Oh, man. Affinity just has it sometimes, eh? That wouldn't have done it. No. So maybe we didn't have him in the end, but I like being on the burn plan here, for sure. I don't think anything else hedges against the... I don't think like we're going to bring in our sack outlets again. I don't see why that's relevant. Maybe Arsonist is better than some random 1/1 or something, but... It was a little rough. It was close. Bolt. But I had a little peak. Maybe I shouldn't have peaked in high school. What? At the top of my deck. So we would have gone Burning-Tree Emissary on the following turn. We're at 1. Then we would have had to Fire Blast. Then we would have drawn a land. So it would have had to be Bolt, and it wasn't. Even if they didn't have Fling, that is. Man, who's the fastest burn deck? 3 Krark Clan Shamans, of course. They're on the back foot there, too. We're close. I don't think I missed a point of damage all game, either. You know what? That Flare Husk blocking mattered a lot, though. I criticized it a little bit, but that Flare Husk blocking won them the game. So, pretty big. They must have lost to red deck wins before. They got the idea. All right, opponent, you can't sideboard that deep. Like, what, do we bring the creatures back in now? Little juke them out a little bit. Maybe Hydroblast will come in. I don't know if this is bad enough to mulligan. I think 3 lands is like the top of our tolerance, but I'm going to keep it. We have a 2/2 for 1 on the play, so I'm happy to keep that. Mog War Marshal's good too. Yeah, we're on the play. We got it, hopefully. Yep. Well, our opponent a little bit slower turn 1 anyway. All right, play a land. I guess we run out Instigator because it represents more damage next turn, right? If we don't pay Echo. So I'm going to Instigator here. It's really hard. Like, my heuristics are telling me, like, don't cast your creatures pre-combat, but if you don't, then this can't attack. And oh man, passing through your combat step and then going into your second main phase, casting a creature with Goblin Cohort on board. It's bad beats. Real bad beats. We kind of need Intimidator Initiate here, which is nuts. I'm not really sure of that, Bridnir. The Italian player that played this deck definitely succeeded with it. But yeah, I don't have a lot of experience in any format building transformational sideboards. I think with a strategy like this, where, oh my God, so many rats. With strategies like this, I think it's a little bit more valuable. Because, oh man, so should I point a burn spell at this? Probably, right? We play Mogg War Marshal, attack with everything. Because we really force their hand. Like they probably won't get rid of Goblin Cohort. Even if this blocks, they sack one artifact and then... So I think we go to combat first. Attack. And, oh man, frig. I think so too. All right, so let's play a land, chuck a Chain Lightning at the Karkland Shaman. Although where we're on the burn plan, this might not be ideal. They did hit 3 last game. That was pretty crazy. They'll have to reset altogether. And like sacking artifacts here is really hard for them. Like I don't think they can afford to lose any because they want to, they're going to want to, oh wow. That's aggressive. Sure. So opponent down to 1 land. One War Marshal. Pass the turn. They might just have a really good hand. Like Carapace Forger here is kind of a beating. But it doesn't look like it. Like that was a little, maybe a little questionable. Oh, I hate figuring out whether I'm going to pay for Mogg War Marshal's Echo or not. It's like the hardest. I think next turn we do because we're not committing any more damage next turn. Ugh, that kind of sucks. I definitely think we do now. So that we can at least attack into this Frogmite. All right, back to our turn. I think we're going to pay for it. We're out here getting stonewalled by a Frogmite. I've already passed through, so this mana will go away if they just like bolt this, but that was going to happen anyway. Yeah, we will pay Echo. There's Fire Blast. All right, go to combat and swing. Beginning of combat step, opponent's going to tank. This game went pretty long for mono red versus Affinity, honestly. You kind of expect this sort of thing to be decided in 20 minutes. Tops. Maybe I've done an unreasonable amount of thinking. So we'll swing like this. Lava Spike. They're going to block the token. You got it. We're not in an excellent position here. Like, we're pretty low on action. Hey, Ergiol. How you doing tonight? Nice wing. Do they have Thoughtcast? Come on, opponent. You're supposed to declare Thoughtcast first. They might have to pay extra mana for it. Carapace Forger. Okay, that's tough. Our War Marshals are now blockers. And we're just hoping to top deck more burn spells and our opponent can deal damage in a short amount of time. There's no universe where I Fire Blast this now. It does give them less good attacks. Thoughtcast is just such a good spell. I think without Thoughtcast, this deck just couldn't exist. Like, I know Atog Fling is the thing that everybody like knows and are afraid of and worried about, but ooh. I don't think we're in too much of a hurry here. I'm gonna play out Cohort. I'm gonna leave up 2 mana. Pass the turn. Doesn't feel great, but I want Cohort to be able to attack next turn. We'll probably just, if they don't attack with Carapace Forger, we'll probably still just serve with both. Okay. It certainly is not Lynx. We are on the transformational sideboard goblin weird deck plan. More lands, not fantastic, but we will be able to pay for this War Marshal's Echo cost. So we'll cast War Marshal. Only cards this deck couldn't exist. Yeah, that's true. That's true. People would still ATOG fling you out of nowhere somehow. But it is what it is. Opponent's going to eat the War Marshal. We'll get another token. They'll take 2, down to 12. 4 points of burn in hand, all kinds of gobos on board. 2 cards in hand. So if they have 2 Galvanic Blasts, we go to 6. 4, so they would have lethal on board. So I think I might have to chump Carapace Forger with a Goblin here if they do decide to attack. Like I said, I will not in any universe be Fire Blasting it. They're just going to pass. Okay. War Marshal, I think we pay for Echo here. We definitely pay for Echo here. Might as well let it go on the stack. But it's close. It's definitely close. We'll pay. We draw conscripts. Okay. Play conscripts, swing with everything seems a little bit loose. So they block here, take 2, down to 10. We have to draw a creature next turn to put them to 8. And we have to draw another Fire Blast to kill them. We're at 14. I think I am going to do it, though. I guess we might be able to draw Initiate, which could be a reason to not play this way, but I think I have to. I think I'm kind of forced into it. Just like chip away at them and hope to draw the right spells to eventually win the game. All right, opponent's going to block like that. Take 2. Down to 10. We have 1 blocker. They blocked like they can taste it here. Frogmite, yep. It's pretty bad for us. 1 card in our opponent's hand. So I'm not going to block this time. We'll go to 10. If they try to Temur Battle Rage, we can just Fire Blast. Next turn will be when we decide whether we're going to start blocking or not. Bushwhacker. Oh, that's nuts. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Put them down to 6. Oh, this is way too close. They'll lose both of their Frogmites. Like, we have to do it. So Bushwhacker. And if they block incorrectly, then we might just have them. Whack, 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 whack. They're going to double block twice. They go to 6. Gang, this is way too close for comfort here. Okay. Pass the turn. Oh, Thoughtcast. ATOG. 1 card in our opponent's hand. Here comes Carapace Forger. Not going to do anything about it. If they have Fling, they can kill us anyway, so they're going to pass. War Marshal. Okay. Go to combat. Attack. Get in for 1. Play War Marshal. I do not like being this close to dead against a Galvanic Blast deck by any means. I'll just take 2. Dang it. All right. So we'll take 1. We'll play War Marshal. Although we do have to block with it. War Marshal is such a good card, man. Such a good card. I guess I can just Galvanic Blast here and probably win anyway. 2 mana. Prophetic Prism. Opponent's digging. TBR, Fling, Thoughtcast. All things we do not want to see. Taps 1,000,000 mana, which probably means they found Fling off the top of their effing library. Oh my god, why? Oh, frig. That's awesome. Yep. Opponent flings us, and you can't beat the fling, gang. You just can't. Just take them to 1 to assert dominance. No, they got us. They got us good. Let's avoid getting ATOG'd. That is not the way to avoid getting ATOG'd. Alright, mulligan it. This is way, way, way better. Way better. Oh, you're getting mana screwed. So, is it still the case that in Arena... Oh, man. Heck yeah. Always keep a Bushwhacker. Is it still the case that if you, like, build your deck in a certain way, you're guaranteed a mix of... like, a particular mix of lands in your hand? You know what I mean? I read that there was like an algorithm at work there doing something of that variety. Opponent on turn 1 Ponder. Well, that's not super good against 2 Bushwhackers. A couple of 2/2s on board. Daze isn't bad against us. I should have one of those nights, like, I don't want to play against counter magic decks. I just don't feel like it. You have to think too much. Trying to chill out this week, play some red decks. It's just, yeah, it's a phenomenal card. I really think it could play in other decks. I'm gonna leave up Lightning Bolt here. You know, you've had that feeling before. You're just like, I just don't feel like playing against counterspell decks. I'm not trying to be like temperamental or anything. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, God. Yeah, no, that just sounds like... Oh, it's Tribe? I think we have a way better chance against Tribe. Yo, yeah. This is going to be quick. Or it should be. Who knows what their next 2 turns are going to look like, but they better look pretty friggin' good. What are we attacking for? 8 next turn? We'll put them down to 15 here. So yeah, they have exactly 2 turns to not die. And we're going to be putting them up against it. I'm just going to straight up bolt them. Bolt's not going to do any good against Tireless Tribe. Sledder, well, we don't care about that right now because we're whacking. Whack. Combat and attack. And this is like another interesting, like, do you even... I think we're just red deck wins against this deck. They're a cantrip deck, so it's like, why... You know, they're not very interactive. And they don't have a ton of blockers. Yep, there's Tribe. They can Circular Logic our next Bushwhacker, I guess. Be nice to draw land. Like bait Circular Logic with Goblin Tokens. We might. We very well might. They can counter our Bushwhacker next turn. Which is like, you know. It is what it is. But, dang it. Opponent's going to probe. So they're going to know about old Wacky Boy here. I think so. I think that's the idea, Waltzmark. That's what we're going to have to do. Actually, I don't think we have any. I guess Rift Bolt's okay. Like, Rift Bolt's a little bit better. They are going to leave up Circular Logic, which we can't really play around, especially now that they have perfect information. Ooh, okay, we did draw a land, though, so we'll play the land. They can only counter one of these. What does Sledder represent? So even if they block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage anyway. So we'll play Sledder. It's still good. No doubt, Goliath. Welcome. How you doing? So it's either they could just kill us next turn. That's the issue. It's the biggest issue. But if we resolve either of these, we stand to have a blocker and still attack for lethal. All right, they let that one go. They know we have Bushwhacker. For what reason would we just not cast Bushwhacker here? Oh yeah, no, Searing Blaze does do that. Can you guys think of any reason not to cast Bushwhacker into Circular Logic? It's pretty obvious they have it. This line doesn't make any sense if they don't. All right, Lynx. I told you I didn't feel like playing against counter magic tonight. And I sure don't. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So we knew that was coming. Yep. Yep. And we'll go to combat. Now we can attack with our 2/2s next turn, which is kind of an issue, but we have Sledder on board. I guess Sledder has to block Tireless Tribe, which is kind of unfortunate. See what they decide to block. That was definitely the hand to get us there before they could do anything, though. So they just have the combo then. It is what it is. We're only representing 6 damage here, regardless. Do I sack conscripts here to put them to 3? Probably. No, I think keeping more creatures around for next turn is better, even with Sledder on board. Put them to 4. Although I'm probably losing it this turn. It's kind of awkward. If we're going to block Tireless, like if they don't have Shadow Rift, they can attack, force us to block with Goblin Sledder. Yeah, Circular Logic is a free block. I think we're gonna put them to 3. Because being wider doesn't really matter if we have to block Tribe anyway. Yeah, exactly. So now we just gotta draw Bolt. Deck be a lady tonight. Oh yeah. that really sucks, Mechie Bus. God. There, opponents really technically always are in boot range. In any other circumstance, playing Magic the Gathering besides on MtGo. And I don't know that I've ever resorted to that, but I'd be lying if I say I didn't thought about it. I didn't think about it. Generally not. Well, they have Shadow Rift. GG opponent. Tribe. Yeah, I feel like that too, Proteus. I feel like that too. If they didn't have it, we won the game. Like, the stakes were high enough, and the odds of us losing weren't super high. Our opponent's now out of blue mana, so we're presenting lethal next turn. I don't know, they can play Island, I guess. So they're trying to find Inside Out. If they have it, let's try. Didn't do anything proactive against it. I think that's the reason we have main deck Goblin Arsonist, though. Don't know if you want to mulligan down to your main deck Goblin Arsonist. No, they don't, but this already has Shadow, and they haven't made their land drop, so they can go Island here. And then Inside Out if they found it. Although if they didn't, we might be in okay shape. I.e., we won't be dead. And we should win. I don't know. I guess to get the Goblin Sledder value. That's probably my best guess, really. They have 5 sack outlets, so I feel like they're pretty high on that strat. Opponent, either you have it or you don't. Like, we just come on, man. Not in the mood tonight. Oh, they didn't. Wow. Okay. No, I think we have to get a creature to win now. Yeah, math is hard. I agree. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, that's you. That's you. You get to attack with them before you get in. Oh, we run a bunch of those. Come on. Oh, baby. Instigator. GG. Oh, Fluff, I would never. It's only fair play in this house. It's gonna block and block, but we can just go boom. This. Sack this. Just try not to mess this up. And I guess we'll sack this. Wait a minute. See that? Magic is hard sometimes. Yeah, thanks, Deck. Thanks for being a bro. All right, guys, what are we playing around here? Instant speed, life gain. All right. So this is the question. I need your guys' help. You're all here. Are we on the burn plan now? Like, when? I never know. It did feel pretty good. I never know whether we're on the burn plan or not. Like, we have all of these burn spells. We were talking about going instant speed. I guess Reckless Abandon. Yeah, they have Hydroblast and Dispel. So, like, Chain Lightnings and Lava Spikes, I guess, we're about neutral on those bad boys. I think Searing Blaze was a good call. I'm hip with the Searing Blaze or 2 coming in. For sure. What in our deck is bad against Tribe? Arsonist is also good. Fire Blast, pretty sketchy against Dispel and Hydroblast. Well, that's the question, right, Vepridnir? Like, you gotta know that, I think. Like, if they can get in the way, then it's not. Like, if they just have Augur Bolas and you don't have, like, whatever your Insolent Neonates, you know. It's a weird card. Maybe this isn't great in this matchup. It's, like, too slow kind of thing. It can attack around Tireless Tribe, so that's for what that's worth. So what do we go down here? Initiate's probably also good. Like, we probably do want that, like, weird red evasion stuff going on. I'm good with Searing Blazes and Arsonists. I think Lynx is onto something here with the sorcery speed stuff. Like, a part of me just wants to bring in Chain Lightning for these blasts. And maybe they, like, I don't know. I know this deck has, like, Journey to Nowhere in their sideboard sometimes too. And then what do you cut, right? Because, like, we have a Bushwhacker plan. I'm going to go down a couple of Neonates because they're kind of weird. Yeah. I guess we could get down to that. They're just 1-mana 2/2s, though, you know? Yeah. I think I'm going to take the, like, maybe we can go down all the Neonates for burn spells. I don't think this is the Neonate matchup. We're not grinding by any means. So let's top deck burn spells and win the game. Actually, let's just bring in Reckless Abandon and do it like that. They kind of are, but I think I don't think Insolent Neonate is enough better. This is a pretty bad hand, but I'm going to keep it. We can turn 1 Bolt, turn 2 BTE plus Goblin Instigator, and then Bushwhack on the following turn. It's not great. It's not great, but it does things. I feel like this many creatures plus Bushwhacker does something. So we'll keep on that. All right, our turn. Initiate. Well, don't mind having a turn 1 play, so we will play Intimidator, initiate. Pass the turn. Same plan as last time. A lot of praying we're not dead. Oh yeah, that's true, actually. Oh, Waltzmark, that might have been it. Yeah. The turn 1 creature does make it look like we're going to go pretty quick here. But, like, our opponent can kill us in 2 turns. They don't have the Tribe, which is fortunate. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Burning-Tree Emissary. Yeah. Well, did that save targets? Is that new? And Burning-Tree Emissary. Oh, this feels good. This card is nuts. I totally understand people's hesitation. Oh, we can even, like, initiate, like, a blocker next turn with our land. Oh god. This is just dirty. Can we attack for 20 next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Seems good, man. Okay. Oh, lolly. That was pretty nice right there. Nice. Any of you guys watch like cooking shows on YouTube? So I know like cooking is like a minor sub theme, but I started watching Brad and Vinny on Bon Appetit. It's Alive, man. That series, I'm telling you, it's absolutely beautiful. Well. Here we go. Here comes the boom booms. Play a land, because we might want to bolt as well. Whack some bushes. Hooray! Yeah, they don't have Hydroblast. That is pretty huge here. Bunch of hasty big creatures, and we won the match. Cast Lightning Bolt in response. This hand is definitely bad. Mulligan. Oh, God. Why? Oh, I guess they are. Their name is kind of hilarious. I kind of love their name. We're on a Multifor. It will take precisely 0 effort on their part to close this one up. Burn's been funny for me lately. Like I've played against it so many times. It's almost like if you get rid of their accelerators, they just don't do anything. Oh yeah, that was some good mulls. Well, it's worth it, We did so well last game. There's just why would we draw well? I'm okay with it though, man. I'm just in that mood this week. Like I want to turn creatures sideways. I want to attack. I don't know if like something made me mad last week or something. I don't know, but I'm ready to beat face and take no names. Riftbolt exiled. You got it. What's this now? Sweet. Play the creature. Attack. I mean, our life total doesn't really matter until we're dead with this deck. So if our opponent's going to be on this plan, then we're at 14. They have 1 card in hand. I actually don't feel too bad about that. Let's see how they scry. 2 cards to the bottom. This is probably the only deck you don't want to see them bottom 2 cards. I think it's less useful in Burn than in some other decks. But still a good card. Like, I don't think it's necessary in Burn, per se. We are at 10. I guess our life total does matter. That card's actually not that good against us. Curse ticks up. Cohort. Attack for 4. Our burn spells just stay on the battlefield. It's pretty rad. The thing with the Cataxian Probe is like it's only as useful as the information it's getting you, really. What are they waiting for? To see if we're gonna kill them, I guess. Just keep playing 2/2s. Attack. Yeah, well, you know what? Like Firebrand Archer, I don't think Firebrand Archer is as good as people give it credit for. It is good. Like, don't get me wrong. It's obviously, wow. That's ballsy. Imagine Fire Blast. Lava Runner, you got it. Combat. I'll block. That's what it is, right? Oh, why? Okay. I guess that was a pretty good latch. That was a Mulda 4. We're definitely not a better burn deck than Burn. So I think the sideboard's going to stay where it is. But yeah, Mulda 4. 1 mana 2/2s looking pretty good in that one. Yeah, that was pretty rad. Searing Blaze? Okay. Proteus with the you know, I'll just like submit. Like Get as much out there as you can before I do. Yeah, Arsonist probably isn't doing a whole lot this game. But what if they just never have a creature? That's not a realistic expectation. Goblin Arsonist doesn't do very much this game or against this deck. I guess it kills what's his nuts there. Migrator, maybe. I guess they are going to point burn spells at our creature. 1-800 tight plays. We probably don't want to take out very many more creatures. Or any. Actually. No, I just don't. The 2/2s, man, they need the creatures. Oh. Yeah, Martyr of Ashes. Wow, what do you guys... I didn't even think of that. I guess it makes X ones a lot worse. So, like, these initiates probably don't matter as much. I'd rather initiate than a neonate. So we'll keep that. Oh, that's a really good point, though. Yeah, me too. But no, you guys are right. Now I'm thinking about these reckless abandons and stuff. Jeff giving out his number again. Oh man, bring it in, gang. No, that is really good advice. I certainly don't know what that balance is either. I guess we just hope they don't have it. And we'll see what happens. I'm okay with the Searing Blazes coming in though, for sure. Good old don't want to think about it. Submit. I think they're for grinding. I think this, like, that was a weird hand. It's not a bad hand, necessarily. I think I'm going to keep this. Yeah. And yeah, I know I'm with that too. Conscripts. Beautiful. Play conscripts. Pass the turn. Our opponent giving us a Searing Blaze target next turn would be ideal. Though they might not. Yep. Oh, okay. Sure. Killing the 2/2. You got it. Oh, I guess so, yeah. No, you're right. Ooh, okay. Yep, so we'll Burning-Tree. Ooh, I thought it... Oh, man. When I got Burning-Tree, I didn't even think about it. That probably would have been a good idea, though. We'll draw another one someday. And we'll pass. Opponent gonna bolt the Burning-Tree? I don't really get this strategy out of them, honestly. It's weird, because, like, we've been on low latency streaming so long, it's like it didn't matter. Slutter, okay. So we'll play out Slutter. Yeah, for sure. But like a control deck with one land is it's a little sketchy. I don't know, man. Like I got burned so bad. Like I removed a creature with while I was playing Burn like once, and I lost a whole match because of it. I was playing against Stompy, and okay, they're gonna start going face. It's one or the other opponent, really. No plays. You got it. I think we're going to go bolt face here. Yeah. I think only the first Thermal Alchemist is probably going to matter. Okay. So we'll play Neonate. Yeah. Go to combat and swing. Do not want to discard any of these cards. Or a land, as it stands, actually. And they're going to Electrickery. Unkicked. Okay, so we will pump Migrator. Sack Neonate. Oh, sacrifice a Goblin. No, okay. We'll just lose Neonate. I'm okay 1-for-1ing with the Electrickery. I don't think there's any reason to pump it. Yeah. We're not going to We're not discarding any of these cards. It's a lot of good cards in our hand. Or they have mono electric. I think they have a lot of creatures, which is why I don't want to bolt them. Play cohort, go to combat, and swing. We're definitely ahead in the race. Burn looks absolutely insane when they start drawing out. Okay, that's kind of bizarre, but we will go like this. They do have a bunch of electricities. Pretty crazy. Yep, kind of like that. And we might, where we have Blaze, Fire Blast, and Bolt in hand, I'm a lot more likely, especially like if they play Alchemist this turn, I will bolt it. It's a good blocker. But if they don't, I'm going to suspend Rift Bolt. Okay. So I think it is time to bolt them. And what do we draw? Land. Yeah, they are still on one. That is brutal. So we're going to hold on to the land this time. Ugh. Attacking for 1. Doesn't feel super good. We're close, though. Real close. If they play a creature, we can win. That's the burn life. First time ever making burn not look like such a good deck. Okay, so they're going to cast Riftbolt targeting cohort. So we will do this, do this. No reason not to be at least safe. Oh, man. That is brutal. I think they're going to give us the win here. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so we'll go land. Searing Blaze. I guess we could have Searing Blazed our own creature. No, we couldn't. You can't do that with Searing Blaze. And go to combat, attack. Hey, Lobert, how you banking out, man? It's been a little while. And there's no reason to slow roll it, so we'll just go ahead and Fire Blast. Got him. Woo! It's bad. Let's not do too much mulliganing this time. All right, you keep one-landers in this deck, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this. It's not a fantastic one-lander. Insolent Neonate might be able to get us out of it. Keep. Oh, I do not want to bottom this. But I'm going to. We need our second land. So play land, play out Neonate. I guess it does more work on turn 1. They might not think we're a fast deck. They might think we're like Reanimator or something, I guess. Oh, fast deck v fast deck. Opponent's just not going to do anything here. You got it. There's a bolt. A welcome bolt. It's always, it's like I don't even really, like it's not that bad if we have to run out vanilla Bushwhackers, like without kicking them. But it always feels really bad. You know? Like it's not... It's not the worst thing in the universe. Oh, there's Priest. Okay, well that's fine. We'll probably bolt that. Even if it does only tap for 1 mana this turn. You know for dang sure I'll attack into it. Let's see if they block. They might give us a better target for Bolt next turn too. So I think I might just sit on Bolt for a turn. Bolt the bird! No turn 1 play from Elves is real weird. Yeah, I think you're right, Proteus. I think you're absolutely correct. So let's pass here. I kind of want to. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of lands for Elves, man. Sure. Don't have to bolt that. To 4 mana Lizalana, that's a pretty good bolt target. Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're gonna pop off! No popping elves in my neighborhood. We're a wholesome no-pop neighborhood here. Alright, so we'll just keep running out 1-drops. I don't really see any incentive to cash in Neonate yet. And still willing to trade with just about any elf on the block. It really did. That could have got sticky real quick there. It still can. It's elves. You know. They're going to do their thing. Kind of wish I had a couple gut shots on the board. But with all the burn, we should be able to race them. What turn are we here now? Turn 4? This isn't a great elves draw. Yeah, so if we can... You can burn them out by turn 4. And we'll have removal for their elves that matter, and we can keep the pressure on the ground. Distant Melody is a little bit of a beating here. No Wraths, which is really interesting. Like, just all burn. Lead Del Stampedo. Lead the Stampede isn't super scary here this turn. I don't know, maybe they're thinking of Distant Melody. Yeah, you get a free elf if you got the mana for it. Titania. Yeah, I think so too. It's just so gummed up. Like, they're going to start blocking next turn. Hey, 5 mana. Oh, is this the Muldrifter build? Oh, Dismelody. Okay. I guess. Good old 4 mana draw 4. But never mind, I love that. Ah, dang it. That's a pretty good way to spend your 1 mana after you've Distant Melodied. Alright. Elves. Alright, so play Mod Conscripts. I don't think there's any universe where we don't attack here. They're going to get Sylvan Ranger in the way of something, but... No. Oh, that's true, actually. Whew. Yeah, that would have been messy. So we'll Conscripts, and we're just going to keep pressure on. Missing a lot of land drops here was tough. That's right, Vepridnir. There absolutely is. I think we're going to see a block on Slitter here. It was KFT, hey? We have another sack outlet. I'm okay with this. It's weird. Like, at this point, it's almost like I would have sacked Neonate to pitch Marshall to try to find another land, but, like, we have 2 Bushwhackers in hand. It's like, why would you sack Neonate? You have Bushwhackers in hand. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Is it time to sack this, pitch this, go digging, or... I don't think so. This is kind of crazy with Mod Graders, I suppose, but... He'll throw a Muldrifter in anything. Oh, wow. That is a lot of lands. We're pretty much dead here. More or less. We have 4 lightning bolts in our deck, so we're going to play it out. We might find them. They might get a little weak. Might make a bad block or something. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Best thing we can hope for now is bolting this Timber or this Well-Wisher. And if they have a Timber Watch, I think I might just call it. Although, I don't know, man. Running lightning bolts. God. Yeah. Elf's gonna elf, man. You know, somebody's got to be out here helping Santa Claus. You know, if we did it, if we did away with the elves, then who would help Santa? So, I think so, Vepridnir. I think the consensus is in. I'm really glad you guys are here. I'm really glad you guys are here to help me make that decision, because I wouldn't have been able to. This match isn't going to go to time. I don't know if I'm not scooping feudally here. Opponent has infinite mana, 10 cards in hand, potential additional melodies / stampedes. Vanguard is also really bad news. That's right, Waltzmark. I honestly loved playing Pestilence. I played Pestilence twice. I 4-1 with 2 different builds of it. Like, I'm just... to bluff trickery. Is there any card that deals damage equal to target opponent equal to the number of creatures they control? Just Metamorphose into Pestilence. Boom. New Pauper meta solved. Every deck runs Metamorphose. Every deck runs Pestilence. All day, all night. Oh, yeah, that's the one, isn't it? What do you guys think? Can we get the charms? We're mega dead. Let's see if they can get 20 elves on the battlefield. Yeah, I really do like that deck. Especially where it like plays very interestingly. What if they deck? Maybe they're not thinking about it. They got another Distant Melody in there somewhere. Oh yeah, no, that's true, Robert. I don't know. We showed Burn the Door there last match, but I don't know if they were playing entirely optimally. But neither do I. So you can absolutely get away with that. 2 Well-Wishers. Yeah, we're deep in Scoop City now, gang. Maybe they'll Distant Melody and kill themselves. I'm gonna have 6. I mean, there's no way I'm sacking Neonate to do anything productive here. You elf right out, opponent. Yeah. What do you guys think? The charms? I like the were they called charms in Dragons and Cons as well? I wasn't playing much Constructed back then, but I remember every time I got to play a Jeskai charm, I felt real good about it. Love that card. Necromon, like, first time I've heard from you in like 2 weeks. You're like, friggin' elves. Yeah, like it'll take some getting used to for sure. I appreciate the counters a lot. That's cool. Looks different. It's interesting, you know, it's new. The targeting is going to be hard to get used to, but I kind of like it. Also, the keep same targets. Oh yeah, and Gitaxian Probe showing cards. Like, I think it did, but it like showed them incorrectly or something for a little while. But yeah, that was recently. Was that this last one that they like fixed the one thing that was going wrong with it? They fixed Thornbow Archer. Did I see that in your stream, Proteus? Were you out there playing Thornbow Archer? Oh, thank God for that. I haven't seen that yet. Oh, really, Terry? What happened, man? Is it because of the elves? Brutal, man. That's all right. That's all right. I wasn't like giving you a dig or anything like that. It's just funny. I just haven't heard from you in a long time. And you're just like friggin' elves, like opponents comboing off over here. Ah, Terry. It's not always the same 4 decks. We played like 4 different decks tonight. Already. They give me like 5 and 6. 5 or 6 maybe. Are a lot more popular in leagues than others. Oh, nice. Oh, dude, I missed your stream on Saturday. I am sorry. Late evening on Friday night. I probably slept through it. Tron's weird. The thing I don't like about Tron is that there's always this compulsion to just like let them play it out. You know what I mean? I miss it too. I look forward to that. Getting up. I'll like stay awake. Like I'll wake up early and then stay awake because you're streaming. I used to not do that at all on the weekends. You guys should check that out. If you guys haven't, Proteus has, for my time anyway, Atlantic time, streams in the AM on Saturday morning. I believe you're on Thursdays as well, right? Anyway, Proteus, fantastic player. Brewing Defenders right now. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool. I'm not entirely unconvinced my opponent isn't going to deck. So I'm just going to let them do this. I think it's such a cool card. How are you coming with it? Have you found any way besides some kind of like Wonderwall shell to get it going? No, the thing I don't like about Tron is like it's almost like you're convinced that you can somehow eventually pull away from the game and win. Efficiency playing, basic playing lands. Yeah, it's card advantage. I think Kung Fu said that. Kung Fu is like Tron lands are broken because they're card advantage. If they cast a Distant Melody, they lose. So, and they seem to be perfectly content doing way more than what's necessary. All right, let's see if they got any spice in here we got to worry about. Oh, okay. No, it's no worries. Ah, dang it. All right. Distant Melody's in the bin. Scoop it up. All right. So what do we want now? Searing, we're going on the burn plan. So Searing Blazes, Rift Bolts, Chain Lightnings, Lava Spikes, and Reckless Abandon. The whole 9 yards. And I think we just, like, we can cut pretty much whatever. So, like, we'll take out the Neonates, I guess. Definitely the Initiates. And so if we're going down a bunch of creatures, these are way worse. So we'll take these out first. Although I think they are, like, one of the better cards in the parity breaking. And then I think we take out the Aristocrats next, because we have no use for them. We'll just go wide and use our blockers effectively while we, or like maybe kind of cheese out a Bushwhacker win or something. I like having Arsonist in. Initiates, I don't know when this could matter. Is there anything I would want over the Initiates? Probably not these. So I guess we'll go down Initiates for 3 sacrifice creatures, because they're both kind of like a weird version of evasion. Yeah, no Electrickery at all. Which, like, I thought was interesting too, but I guess we'll have to ask the Maverick Girl, but maybe maybe Burn has a good matchup against Elves. I couldn't tell you. Bring in Flaring Pain. That might have been it. I guess we do still have 24 creatures. But you have to be casting one like every turn for these to be good. I don't know why we won the game. I think that game where we boarded into Burn, it was against Affinity. We lost. Yeah? Nice. That's what I like to hear. We'll be missing those Forgotten Caves now, though. Pretty good meme. Pretty good meme when we were going over the mana base in the deck tech for this bad boy. You can't mulligan looking for lands in a 17 land deck, so I'm gonna keep this. We got Burn. And we got Burning-Tree. So I think I'll go creature. Chain Lightnings might find better targets eventually if we're going to become the burn deck, I guess, or going to become the control deck. What happens to Goblin Sledder? Our opponent just lets it attack for infinity. No Electrickery for bringing more burn. You're right. Quirion Ranger. It's not the best target for a Chain Lightning. More Burning Trees. That eventually becomes mana. So I think we'll have the luxury of killing precisely one creature that matters, and it's going to be next turn. So we'll Chain Lightning them for now. And then they play something that matters. You know, that's kind of the thing too. Like when you, not the Electrickery thing is, that makes everything fairly evident. Like we're deep on the transformational sideboard, but the curve changes a lot. Like you're not being as proactive with your single land as you were before, which is curious. What do you have? We essentially can't beat Well-Wisher, so I don't know if I should hold on to this or not. Lava Spike. Well, there's an excuse not to. So we'll Lava Spike you. Go to combat and attack with Goblin Sledder. And then at 6. Opponent at 12. 7 points of burn in hand. Wow. You got it. Down goes the elf. To put it simply, Terry, yes. That's precisely what happened. This Elves deck has way too many land drops. I feel like we should be on maximum punishment mode for that. And like hasn't really played anything. Timberwatch Elf. That's not a bad Chain Lightning target. I'll be frank. I'm gonna Chain Lightning Timberwatch Elf. I know it doesn't seem like they're getting up to much, but this will just never go away if I don't. Then again. Oh, I hate these decisions. Okay. Hey, what's up, Death by Manga? This is hard. So, reasons to not Chain Lightning here. I guess we have 6. We have 10 burn in hand. But they can protect Timberwatch Elf from now on. Oh yeah. That's a good movie. You guys ever see that movie? Why would I Chain Lightning Timber? There's no reason to Chain Lightning Timberwatch here. We're on the burn plan. We only have 1 land. Like if I kill Timberwatch Elf, we have no hope of winning if we don't draw any more lands. So we're just gonna hope they tapped out on turn 3 for Timberwatch Elf for some reason, and that they're not gonna have a jillion elves now, and that we don't die. We're so close. That could have been, man, I hate that. I've been burned so badly by, what is this, more Timberwatches? Sure glad I didn't kill it now. Or Lizalana? I guess this means we could be dead next turn. Yep. We'll take 6. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, so if we killed it there, and they resolve Lizalana this turn anyway, take 1 instead, and then they just make like a gajillion elf tokens and we die. I think we're dead now. So 1, 2, 3, at least 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we're dead. Nothing we can do. 1 landers versus elves. But I think we would have eventually died. Yeah, actually, I just left him in the board this time. I was just like, get out of here. It's not even like this deck runs 2 drops. Yeah, like when they got the answers, it feels pretty busted. We definitely would have just been dead. I think we are just dead because now it's +5 twice. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, we're dead. All right. Awesome. Ah, equally as good. No lander into 4-lander. I don't think this deck ever wins with a 4-lander, but I don't know that it wins with a 5-land hand or a 5 hand with only 1 land. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it does. Any experienced aggro players out there want to weigh in? Do we go to 4 on this one or go to 5 on this one? Going to 5 for a no-lander can happen. Maybe Neonate can dig us out. Can we win with this hand? We can't. Yeah. My deck is hilarious. Yeah, wow. You would have gone to 4? Oh man, God, we would have had them too. It's at this point where you start like considering when no landers are relevant. Because it's yeah, man, garbage hands all day. And then we would have had just the 4 mountains. Yeah. Yeah, if we don't draw a creature next turn, probably dead. Okay, that's a good creature to draw if you're going to draw one. Kick a whacker. And attack for a bunch. I mean, all right. So we had to mull. I'm gonna play land here. We had to mull down to a horrible 5. If our opponent has natural Tron, I'm taking next week off. I'm done. There's no point continuing to live. At that point. So I get You know that like breakdown in Chop Suey? There. We have Insolent Neonate in my deck, so I'm gonna hold on to these lands. Links, man, the draws have been tremendously demoralizing. Cardboard Nomad's like, is there 23 lands in this deck? Is this a standard deck? Watch it, Fangor Marauder. Oh, Rejuvenator Tron, that's pretty cool. I'm hip with some Rejuvenator Tron. I'm into it, opponent. Where'd that capsize come from? You gonna shifty with me over here? Shifty drifty boys? Neonate. Fabulous. Alright, this might be one of our last turns to attack. Part of me kind of just wants to sack this Neonate and look for a land. Or look for, not a land, look for a, like a Bushwhacker or something. But I guess I can attack around all this nonsense next turn, so... God, we're probably just dead, gang. Swifty. The Swifty, Drifty, Regifty, Expediffy, Pizzy Pizzy. I don't... Wait. You thought I should have said... Yeah. That might have been our only shot. But... I can attack next turn, which I kind of like. Like, why is it here? I don't know how. It can attack through one creature for a little while. Watch this. We're at Mulldrifter's, or not Mulldrifter, but Bushwhacker's going to be on top. And I'm going to be... We'll laugh together. We'll laugh together as friends. Pulse Del Morasso. Come on, opponent. I bet you're not wearing a hat. I bet you're trying to get me in a loophole or something. Oh, my hat tastes awful. What's up, Mr. Meat Zombie? How you been? I've been seeing you around Reddit, dude. How you doing? Or lady. Well, I guess you got Mr. in your name, so it's kind of implied, but... Opponent firing on infinite cylinders. War Marshal. Okay. So let's play Mogwar Marshal so that we can attack. Because that's what we do. But then we are going to sack Neonate because we need a lot more action than we are going on right now. Yup. Opponent goes to 14. Money. Yeah. It's a creature. It's a 2/2. We're in the business of 2/2ing. Pass the turn. Yeah. What's up, man? I'll get you. Hopefully we get our opponent's loophole. 6 mana. Dinrova Horror, but in all different lower cases and capitals, though. Mr. Boom Boom. What do you guys think of Poet Laureate Shaggy and his great songs like Mr. Boombastic? Oh my god. I want to tilt concede so bad. Shaggy would never scoop. Teachings. Don't be so foolish, opponent. I don't know that there's any way we can beat Flicker Loop. They have wall. Yeah, like we're pretty much 100. So, right? Here comes the wall. 2 Dinrova horrors also questionably just enough to scoop too. But at least they'll not be taking their time killing us. They're gonna get our creatures too. Yeah, we're absolutely dead. They can also tutor for another pulse. I think it's pretty safe. Honestly, Shaggy would post the replays on Twitch and then proclaim that it under no circumstances was him. Shaggy would be like, I won that game. And they'd be like, but I saw them with Dinrova. He'd be like, wasn't me. Saw the flicking branch of Goblin. Wasn't me. They even had a natural Tron. Alternatively, they would be, girl, he had Drifter. He had Pulse and Drifter. Man, I'm pretty big on Shaggy, guys. Just straight up. Pretty big Shaggy fan right here. Wow. And the only spell we can beat by having this many lands, and our opponent's not having it. Shaggy defense is the best defense against. I agree. I don't know. There's no point, right? We'll play a Burning-Tree. It's all right, man. It's all right. I get it. I think there's a time and a place for Shaggy. You know, and this is definitely it. Opponents have 14, Mystical Teachings for Pulse of Marasa in the bin, Ghostly Flicker in hand. If they play Mnemonic Wall, I'm gonna wrap it up, but otherwise we're gonna make them kill us. My dignity is long gone. Like, my dignity died with Sun Crowned Heroic. It's my second week in, I think, too. If I draw a land, so help me, bah. Maybe I should just cut it off. I'm probably going to draw another land and we'll get a little cry. Yeah. No doubt. Here it is. They're doing it. They're doing it. On our upkeep, just in case we have any, I don't know, like whatever. And we'll scoop. We'll have a draw and then we'll scoop. Let's just scoop right now. Core Shock got us. All right. So are we on the burn plan now? I guess. But they also have like Pulse of Marasa. It just has too many powers. It just hurts the most. I mean, if you think about it, there's some cards that are a lot like Dinrova Horror. You know, like Reality Smasher. Creatures are good, so I think we should stay on the creature plan. I agree. Flaring Pain will come in. Let's just get some reasonable draws this game. That's so much to ask. Arsonist doesn't really do anything. And I like less Initiates, but Initiates nonetheless. Oh yeah, absolutely. I guess they're not a Prismatic Strands deck. Yeah, Evaporating, it definitely is. Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with staying on the creature plan, bringing in Flaring Pains, not mulliganing bad hands all the way down to practically 4. I'm keeping. But, so help me God. If we go mana trouble one more time, this is what happens. Like, I'll go a week, like, playing mono red beatdown decks, and then I'll be like, I'm playing preordained decks for the next 4 months. I don't really know, like Bushwhacker's good here, Burning-Tree Emissary is good here. We had a bad draw. I think it'd be way too results oriented. Ooh, our opponent's on the deep mulls this time, and we have the Bushwhacker hand. So let's not waste it. Land, cohort, pass the turn. Which art do you guys like better? Do you like Goblin Cohort or Mob Conscripts? Yes, opponent. Ooh, baby. All right. So we'll go Burning-Tree Emissary. It's pretty split in there. And Instigator. Make a token. Go to combat and swing. And I think next turn it's Bushwhacking time. I think next turn it's Bushwhacking time. Why wouldn't I kick Bushwhacker next turn? Ooh! That's why I wouldn't kick Bushwhacker. Oh, that's a pretty good reason to do it right now. So we're gonna go kick Bushwhacker and then kill our opponent next turn, correct? Is that the plan? I think that's the plan. There's no reason to commit another creature. I'm just going for it. Yeah, I think we're just gonna kick Bushwhackers and win the game. Let's go. Wow, we've really seen both extremes of these decks here today. In terms of variance. You got him. Well, guys, I think the creature plan feels pretty good. This is it. This is the one for all the marbles, whether we go positive or not. Let's play tight. Let's draw well. Let's fight fast. Reasons for Reckless Abandon. Few. If we take out more creatures... Oh, yeah. No. Bushwhacker is a difficult card to play with. I think Mogg War Marshal is actually, like, deceptively hard to play with as well. Because, like, with decks, most Mogg War Marshal decks, you don't have the mana to play around with when you're paying the Echo cost. So deciding when to pay Mogg War Marshal's Echo cost, I actually think is, like, some legit thinking. It's one of those real ephemeral types of decisions where you're, you know, it could be very good or very bad. Because it's like a whole card, right? Like if your opponent, you make your opponent deal with it somehow. It's not fast necessarily, but it's got a land and a heck load of 1-drops. Pray for me, gang. And a modern Goblin Shell. Yeah, well, you know what? I kind of like Burning-Tree Emissary. With all of the 2-mana token producers, our opponent's going to keep 7 too. I think Tron on a sketchy 7 versus Goblins on a sketchy 7. It's a little one-sided. They won't play a blocker next turn, so we might as well start running out Aristocrats. That came up recently too. So do you guys call the creatures that sacrifice other creatures Aristocrats, or is it just kind of a blanket term for decks that sacrifice creatures? Or is it the creatures that drain upon creatures dying? What do you guys refer to as Aristocrats? I think it came up on like a Jim Davis stream recently. So is it like the ones that sacrifice other things? Do you just call it that because you are sacrificing things at all? Or is it like Blood Artist effects? Well, it can't be Blood Artist effects, because the Blood Artist is... That's the one? Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to have one of those kind of anemic no-lander lose the game kind of draws here, but that's it. Pass the turn. Oh. So Vampire Aristocrat does both? Well, our opponent has Tron now. We have 1 land. Yeah, man. I wanted to oh god. I wanted to play red decks this week. But that's okay. Yep. I'm starting to get the hang of these new targeting things. Wouldn't it be savage if like the counter didn't come off of it? You know what I mean? There's a land. Okay, all right. Okay. Who knows, guys? Rally. Let's rally. We can do this. Slutter. Neonate. Combat. Swing. We have 7 points of burn in hand. We just need one more good attack. Drawing a mountain might win us the game. So we'll see what our opponent's turn looks like. They certainly tanked over their 7 for a while. We'll give our other aristocrat, as we have now decided, +1/+1 in response. Because it might matter. Them having this much removal on board is a little tough. What's up, Captain Capt Karthus? Yeah, man. Gobboing out again. So let's see what their turn looks like. I think we have to draw a land to have a chance. Sure. Because then we can Mog War Marshal, have a good turn, Goblin Sluttering, and then... Wow, Grayson House, man. Thank you very much for the bits, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. All right, turn comes back. Neonate. So you can play Neonate, attack for 1, 2. I think we play Neonate and sack it right away to play War Marshal. Or do we just play War... No. Sack it right away to see if we can find a land. And if we do, we can cast War Marshal. No, that's definitely not the line. So do we sack this Neonate, looking for a land? 7 points of burn in hand. So our opponent blocks like this. If we cast this creature, they take 1, 2, 3, down to 10. That's really just the question. Like, are we going to try to kill them this turn? I think we have to, right? We're going to get very, very few opportunities otherwise. Just play Instigator. And then we have... Well, we can sack 3 creatures, so I guess this represents 3 damage as well. So we play this, they block here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Puts our opponent down to 8. Puts him down to 1. Am I doing this math right? So we play War Marshal. We can get 3 triggers off of Slutter. 4 triggers off of Slutter. And we'll hit for 1 otherwise, so that's 5. Puts him down to 8. Play War Marshal? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to play War Marshal here. Part of me really does want to sack Neonate looking for a land, though. And maybe I will post-combat. Let's go to attacks. Attack like this. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. We can deal 6 here. Put them down to 7. And if we can find a land, we can win. I'm a little worried. So do we go all out sacking Mog War Marshal for more damage here? Or do we just let it go? And then go to next turn. They're going to Serrated Arrow something next turn anyway. Yeah, if they needed it super bad, I think they'd, yeah. I think I'm going to go for it. Because we should be able to win next turn anyway. Unless our opponent has a Colorless Fog. So deal 6. And if we find a land off the top with Neonate, we win. Ah! That was so hard. But we do have a good chance, oh my god, of being able to try to win at instant speed next turn. They could just have life gain. I guess. No attacks, I imagine. Okay. Instigator. Well, they can gain life. So it's like they can return one of our creatures to our hand, I guess. So I think on their upkeep we go for it. And they have counter mana up as well. You're right though. So we went all in. Got punished. They have serrated arrows up. So let's Instigator. Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, so our opponent is going to counter here. Counter big time, and they get some scries looking for that pulse. Let the bodies hit the floor. Guys, we were close. We were real close. Maybe Neonate was the play there. Oh my god, if it would have been a land on top. This deck has shipped me so many lands. Opponent gains some more life. Rejuve, okay. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Do you think they have more counter magic in hand? We need all of our burn to resolve in order to win. 6, 10. So let's start playing menace creatures. Maybe have the opportunity to get them back down low enough. And then we gotta hope they can't get away on us. They have a ton of colored mana now. Yeah, maybe going all in that turn was a little weak. There was a biscuit. I risked it. No, I don't really think we can. Especially, they can get Remote Isle back now. Dinrova Horror coming down. Okay. What do you bounce? Sledder. Okay. Okay. Opponent has 1,000,000 mana available. Yep. They can only block one Neonate, and I don't even know if they'll do that. All right, so go to combat, attack with the Neonates. And we will sacrifice the one that they block, if they do block, to pitch this land. What do we find? Not going to do it. So what do you guys think? Do we got to go for it? 3 cards in our opponent's hand. Terry. I believe you, man. I believe you. I think we should. There's nothing we can find. Pass and hope they tap out. They're not really pressuring us. Get over it. Get it over with. I can feel you there though. Like, what's up, Pop Arbust? Yeah. Going to attack. Okay. You got it. And yeah, we'll see how much mana they tap. None. Literally 0 mana. Okay, so we're going to try to get off a couple bolts here. Yeah, no, exactly. And who knows, in their last like 2 or 3 draws, like which one might that have been? So opponent's going to prohibit. So they did have a counterspell. Okay. All right, let's try to bolt them again here. Two cards in our opponent's hand. We might be able to sneak this out unless they have more counters. Oh my god, so they had a bunch. Sure, okay. Well, I guess we gotta top deck some burn magic. Land. I'm thinking about whether I want to Fire Blast here to like force through. So I'm going to play out Initiate to force through like 1 and like potentially resolve this Fire Blast. All right, go down to 1 land. Make it so Muldrifter can't block. Tron. Tron with a million answers, too. Potentially not a good matchup for us. But they don't have anything, like, relevant going on right now, so... I don't know, man. Maybe there's a way out. They're at 3 and we're a Lightning Bolt deck. Granted, we have seen a lot of our Lightning Bolts. Oh, is this Pulse? Oh, man. Moment's Peace. Okay, sure. Last card in hand was Moment's Peace. Opponent is Hellbent. They have 1 card in a bin and a Moment's Peace in the bin. Don't be anything too crazy, please, opponent. 1 in a red. Electrickery? Sure. Yeah. So now they're going to kill us. Ugh. Yep. Gonna leave something back for a potential haste creature. What do we draw? Mountain. Play the mountain. We might draw our other Fire Blast. It's totally within the realm of possibility. They just can't draw anything to do about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna bog us. That doesn't matter. Come on, Fire Blast off the top. Please, Fire Blast off the top. And we're at 3, so that means we're dead. All right. Bye, Tron.